evening. Thankfully, this rain has been deemed to be within reasonable limits, and after an inspection and all the regular formalities, the teams were handed in on time, and the all-important go-ahead was given. Bit of disruption, of course, for those travelling in the direction of the ground. The crowds have taken a little longer than usual to get in and to settle down, but thankfully that is behind us, and we are on track. The mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, this is the perfect game for all parties, not least the neutrals who've just come to enjoy it.
Well, under normal circumstances, this is a massive match-up, and I'm not totally in agreement with the view that friendlies tend to take the edge away. In my experience, if the opposition go at it full tilt, then you have to reciprocate. We'd like to see excitement and be entertained, but if it does go down a serious route, there'll still be lots to enjoy.
And that gets things running. Sure. It's gone for a throw-in. Mount. Garnacho. Clears it away. Bailey. McGinn. Here's Bailey. Again. Here's Onana. Again. And it's Rashford. Hoyland. Ahmad. Shaw. Garnacho. That's Mount. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Casemiro. No way through, so back it comes. Casemiro with the cross. Tielemans. Bailey. That's Tielemans. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack. Rashford goes on a charge down the left. Into the box. Ahmad. And it's Shaw. And it's Casemiro. That's good play. Casemiro. Oh, nice touch. Onana. Interesting ball. Fires it in low. Keeper sees it all the way. Ahmad. Delict. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes makes the interception. Shaw. Mount. Over to the left. Casemiro. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And here's Casemiro. Casemiro with the cross. And it's hoisted clear. Rashford. To McGinn. Tielemans. Watkins. Bailey. That's Tielemans. Ball swung in. Diogo Dalot with the clearance. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes. Mount. Bruno Fernandes. Played out to the left flank. Oh, such a clever touch. It's a good-looking cross. Spread out to the left. Ahmad! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Ahmad. To Martinez. Hoyland. And it's Casemiro. Tielemans. There's Bailey. Matson. Out to the left it goes. Banana. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Out to the right. Puts in a cross. Casemiro. And they've got it back as soon as they gave it away. Only partially clear. Now it's Casemiro. Matson. Ball played for Rashford. Onana. Strong running down that left flank. And it's Rashford. Rashford really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Garnacho. No, he wasn't going to let him past. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Casemiro. Tielemans has given away a free kick. Bruno Fernandes knocks it out wide. And that is out of play. And it's Shaw. No, he's not going to get any further than that. Onana. Watkins. Here's Onana. Martinez. Ahmad. And Casemiro. No, there's no going past him this time. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And here's Casemiro. Lovely bit of skill. Watkins. Bailey. Ball's gone out of play. Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Shaw. To Bruno Fernandes. Manchester United have a free kick. Danger averted for now. It'll be a throw-in. Just eases him off the ball. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. From the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, you can see what they're trying to do here, Peter. You know, get the ball into wider areas.
Yeah, there is a very visible, a very definite pattern here.
Well, that's where the space is, and it's quite simple. It's just going to stretch that defence, isn't it?
Onana. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And here's Rashford. Oh, the ball's run loose here. De Ligt gets it clear. Now it's McGinn. Tielemans. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good... Goes in for the header! Cleared without complication. Oh, that's caused a worry or two. Tielemans with the short one. He's there to get rid. And now a sudden chance to counter. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Rashford. Drives it in, climbs up big! Oh, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
I thought the wing work was A1. The defending and finishing was anything but.
Up to meet it! And that has been clubbed away. Bailey. Have a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Ahmad. And it's Casemiro. And he skips past his man. And he's straight offside. Mount. Casemiro. Manchester United making the ideal start. It is something to build on.
It's been a super start. They've made their intentions clear and they've backed them up.
Shaw delivers. De Ligt. And it's Casemiro. Manchester United out in front with an early advantage. Mount. Oh, good ball! He's got the shot away! He's got away with one there.
You lucky boy, you lucky boy. Giving the ball away like that is usually punished.
They can spring out of defence. Begin. Manchester United leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Mount. Shaw. First quarter of an hour gone. Rashford. To McGinn. Konsa. Ahmad. Casemiro. Flings it across. And he's there to clear it. Forwards and with intent. Bailey. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And it's lofted through here. And it's hoisted clear. Shaw. Played to Casemiro. Ahmad. Garnacho. Is there any support? He might not need it. Very nicely done. Opts to play it back. Lovely feet. And he was alert to it. Watkins. Here's Bailey. Matson. Bailey. There's the crossfield ball. Now it's Rashford. To McGinn. And here's Rashford. Oh, it's played into the area. Mount. Casemiro, who's set up one goal so far. Ahmad. Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Matson. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Mount. To Martinez. Out for a throw. He's had it taken off him. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Ahmad. Shaw. Ahmad. Ahmad! Was no routine save.
Ahmad clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Shifted upfield. Matson. Oh, that's nice. McGinn. Tielemans, and that has left him in a heap. Tielemans has been caught there, it's a foul, and that's going to be a booking. And it's played forward. Garnacho. Shaw. Spread out to the left. To Bruno Fernandes. Mount. And it's Shaw. It's a good spell of possession, this. Well, that is one way to stop him. The referee's awarded a free kick. Can he get away here? Matson. Tielemans. Passing is crisp and sharp. Bailey. That's Tielemans. That is lovely, and it's played in here. It's anyone's ball now. Well, the defence proved infallible then. But that won't be the last they'll see of him. Garnacho. Comes under pressure and it's come loose. Again. Moved on forwards. Up towards the flank. That has been knocked clear. Great leap! Harmlessly behind. Gone out for a throw-in. Excellent. And that's clear cut. It's a free kick. That has been cleared. Boyle. Martinez. Casemiro looks to get on the end of this. Some really good ball movement. Bailey. Here's Onana. And it's Rashford. Fiddles it through. Rashford crosses. Good take by the keeper, he's read that well. He's been picked out. Garnacho. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Watkins. Played out to the right. Now it's Bailey. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Shaw. Bruno Fernandes. Matson. That's very neat. Now it's Bailey. Tielemans. Tries the cut back. Played out towards the right wing. He is just caressing the ball. There's the hit! He's done very well to get to that.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Bruno Fernandes. And it's Casemiro. Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? Nice interception, well timed. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. McGinn. And it's Rashford. Gently done. Rashford picks it up out wide. Mount. And he's forced to go back. Ahmad. And Casemiro. Casemiro goes on a run down the left wing. Good spot, he's seen the run. Casemiro. Bailey. Forward it goes. Bailey. Thinks one through. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Well, that is not the best ball. And he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And it's Shaw. Smoothly does it. Bailey. Tielemans. Rashford. To McGinn. Pinches it off him. Ahmad. Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. That's Mount. Shaw. Shaw. Oh, sweet feet. Ahmad. In for a header. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Well, he actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Onana. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Onana. That's tidy. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Shaw. Garnacho. And it's Shaw. Showing good feet. Mount. Casemiro. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Free kick's been given. Get a throw in. Pau Torres. That's a good run down the left. Throw in. Incoming cross. That has been knocked clear. it's Rashford. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Now it's McGinn. Tielemans. Over to the left. Now it's Rashford. Oh, that's neat. Rashford with a massive leap! Good delivery, but no joy.
He simply mistimed the header, and it was as if he knew it wasn't going to work out.
Aim forwards. Now it's Watkins. That tackle was certainly sturdy.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision because he had good options around him and he failed to get his header.
Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Ahmad. To Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. And he has been fouled there. He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Well, he knew what he was taking on there, Peter, and special delivery from the ref.
Is there, and he can get that clear. Nice control, and that's aimed into the middle. And that should be the keeper's. Matson. Bailey. Matson. Gently done. Mount. Forwards and with intent. Shaw. Lovely feet. Well, that is one way to stop him. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. And he has shown him a yellow card. Who's going to be first to this? Ahmad. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Off target.
Hoyland did give it a fair old crack, and he'll be encouraged to step up again.
Tielemans. Great defending, strong and determined. Diogo Dalot. Diogo Dalot. And it's Casemiro. Ahmad. Garnacho. And the shot! Looking for options for movement. Onana will lay claim to that. Again. Oh, good spread. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. McGinn. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Ahmad. Mount. And it's Shaw. Played to Casemiro. Oh, that's nice. Casemiro. That's very neat. Played back towards his own goal. Bruno Fernandes. That's Mount. Tielemans has got himself a free kick. Out to the right. Tielemans. A sharp little ball here, and back to the keeper they go. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Konsa. Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. He's in a great position. And he's had it nicked away. The cross comes in. And he's dealt with that well. And the ball's come loose here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Rashford. Oh, that's a fine interception. Shaw. Manchester United looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. De Ligt. Ahmad. And it's Casemiro. Torres moved on forwards. Konsa to McGinn. Rashford to McGinn. Tielemans. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Bailey, played in, and it's hoisted clear. Mount. Shifted upfield. Stood up well to him there. Casemiro with the cross. That'll be a throw. Here it comes. Gets his head to it! He's done well to get his head on that, but couldn't score.
Ireland made such good movement to get in position there. We were all expecting much more.
Rashford. Now it's Watkins. Succumbs to the pressure. Opts for safety. Forward it goes. Again. And it's Rashford. Very nicely done. Threads one in. Rashford. That looks a good... And a header! Gets good distance on it. And it's played forward. Oh, that's a key interception. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Mount. And Delict. Ahmad to Bruno Fernandes. Decent progress down the left. Ahmad swings it across. Cash tries to clear. Time and again they are repelled. That looks a foul. Yeah, referee's given it. This is interesting. He has already had his name taken once. Has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Yeah, and he's dodged a big one there. He has to be squeaky clean from here.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Gets his pass away. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Played out wide, and it's Shaw. Hudson. Bailey. Casemiro might just make this. Looking for the runner. It's out for a goal kick. Rashford. And it's Rashford. Cash. And Mudson. Bailey. And Mudson. Fiddles it through. Oh, well played. Ahmad. Spread out to the left. Looking for options for movement. It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. Watkins. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Garnacho. Tielemans. It's Tielemans. Now it's Watkins. Yeah, he's fouled him there. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He's had a crack. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Now here's the delivery. And it's hoisted clear. Garnacho. And it's Casemiro. Interesting ball. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Rashford. Onana. Rashford. Here's Onana. Rashford crosses. Climbs up big! No, he's got that completely wrong. And it's Casemiro. That's a throw. De Ligt. To Bruno Fernandes. Ball's gone out of play. Again. Tielemans and Madsen. What a throw in. Bailey. That is lovely. Again. That has been knocked clear. Garnacho. Mount. Played to Casemiro. Mount. And it's Shaw. Danger averted for now. To Bruno Fernandes. Closing in on goal. Out to the right. Shaw is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Cash. Rashford. Again. And Torres, played out towards the right wing. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Ahmad. Garnacho. Garnacho. Now who's going to be first to this? Bailey. Matson. Here's Bailey. And Matson. Bailey. Just eases him off the ball. Ahmad. Mount. There will be a throw-in. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Now here's the delivery. Konsa to McGinn. Matson. To McGinn. And here's Rashford.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Casemiro. Pinches it off him. Bailey. Watkins. And Matson. Pau Torres. It's Tielemans. And it's Rashford. Here's Onana. McGinn, looking for the runner. Great work on the overlap. Ahmad, forwards and with intent. Garnacho. Pau Torres. Bailey. And Matson. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Oh, the ball's run loose here, and again. Looks to play it back. Onana. Tielemans. They've certainly started on the front foot here. Already shots raining in.
Well, it was hit with great power, Peter, but sadly not great precision.
And he's there to clear it. And it's Rashford. Onana. And here's Rashford. Rashford finds himself offside. Martinez. Shaw. And Garnacho. De Ligt. Ahmad. Casemiro. Casemiro drives forward on the overlap. That wasn't the greatest of balls. Tielemans. Here's Onana. Again. And Madsen. It's Tielemans. Madsen. Garnacho. Ahmad. And Garnacho. And it's Shaw. To Bruno Fernandes. Mount. Ahmad. Played out wide. In comes the cross. Garnacho. Ahmad. Deflected behind for a corner kick. And it's been taken short. He is just caressing the ball. Bruno Fernandes. He's gone looking for safety. Good work on the right flank here. He's going to be disappointed with that. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, the idea was right, the delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Tielemans. Here's Bailey. Madsen. Tielemans. Madsen. Now it's Bailey. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Oh, that's been repelled. In again. That has been knocked clear. Strong running down that left flank. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Hoyland. Garnacho. For sure. Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. Purring through the gears. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. De Ligt. Ahmad. Garnacho. Out towards the flank. Very nicely done. Garnacho. Massive leap! No, he's got that completely wrong.
Well, he did get himself into a good position, something for him to cling to.
Again. For Rashford. And it's Rashford. Onana. To McGinn. And they've switched it over to the other side. Madsen. Bailey. Oh, such a clever touch. And a header! Oh, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Well, this is simple. The supply is to be admired. The defending is to be admonished.
Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Great run on the overlap here. Well challenge that. Just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Look, the only way of becoming more aware, Peter, is by lifting your head and realising who's where around you.
Shaw. Garnacho. Oh, it's played in. Real chance! He's hit it first time.
Well, I think his mind was made up the way that ball arrived, and I certainly admire his willingness to hit the volley. Well, you can see what they're trying to do here, Peter. You know, get the ball into wider areas.
Yeah, there is a very visible, a very definite pattern here.
Well, that's where the space is, and it's quite simple. It's just going to stretch that defence, isn't it?
And that has left him in a heap. Garnacho. Is there any support? He might not need it. Over to the left. Plenty to aim at here. Showing good feet. That's well blocked, and back out it comes. And here's Casemiro. Ahmad. Lacking in accuracy.
Manchester United have found chances hard to come by, so that's perfectly understandable.
Onana. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Hoyland. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Defending of the desperate variety. Matson. And it's Rashford. That's a good run down the left. Cross goes in there, and the header! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
Clearly not happy with that. Watkins. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Casemiro is herring after that one. And it's Shaw. Nice touch. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Matson. And he's gone searching crossfield. Out for a throw. Shaw. De Ligt. Ahmad. Garnacho. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pau Torres to McGinn. And it's Rashford. Onana. Goalless, but it is not without interest.
Well, I think both teams are actually playing quite well, and there's not a lot for us to complain about. I think we've got a shot fest on our hands.
Lovely feet. McGinn. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Casemiro. Forward it goes. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro. And it's Casemiro.
Wylam really added the width there thanks to his willingness to make the run.
Watkins. Now it's Bailey. Stood up well to him there. And back to the goalkeeper. De Ligt. Martinez. Ooh, can he get onto this? Bailey. Flings in across. Casemiro. And it's Casemiro. Ahmad. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And he's going to have his name taken. And he's had a shot! A real chance and a real let-off. Matson. And Torres. It's a pretty looking ball, that. And it's Rashford. Again. And it's Rashford. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Bailey. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, sweet feet. Up to meet it! Hits it again, but still no joy.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the service. They've just been very wasteful in the air. That's tidy. Garnacho.
Lovely bit of skill. Has a go! In he goes again! He's there to get it away. It's a throw-in. Ahmad. Casemiro. Bailey. And Torres. Matson. Cash. It's an inviting looking ball, that. And Matson. Tielemans. There's Bailey. Again. Onana. And here's Rashford. Pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Martinez, and it's Shaw to Bruno Fernandes. Garnacho, and Dallo. Shaw. Tielemans did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Rashford providing an outlet on that flank, and he's managed to get rid. Tielemans. Tielemans. Oh, that's nice. And here's a chance. That's a waste.
Well, Peter, he clearly felt he was being invited to shoot, and it wasn't the worst decision he could have made.
Shaw. And it's Shaw. Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. Nice control. And the shot! And the fault! Decent enough try.
Ahmad certainly could have and should have made more of that.
Again. Rashford. Cash. And Matson.
Manchester United have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence.
Hoyland. And he has been fouled there.
Well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Shifted upfield. Onana. Bruno Fernandes. Aim forwards. And it's Shaw. Oh, good spread. And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Ahmad knew immediately he didn't catch that to his liking, and his face was a picture of dissatisfaction.
Tielemans. Gently done. Well, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Oh, that's neat. And that's aimed into the middle. Big chance! And it's been taken straight back. Ahmad. Garnacho. He's cut it out. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Martinez. And it's Shaw. And De Ligt. Ahmad. Onana. Rashford. And it's Rashford. Decent progress down the left. He's going to have to tune his rangefinder before the next one. Casemiro. Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes. Bailey. Matson. There's Bailey. Looking for options for movement. He can get that clear. That's been won straight back. Rashford. Here's Onana. That's good play. Rashford. Smoothly does it. Played into the middle.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Diogo Dalot with the clearance. That's very neat. Hoyland. Garnacho. Played out to the right. Ahmad. Knocks it out wide. Shaw delivers. And it's hoisted clear. Good play on the left-hand side here. Tielemans. There's Bailey. Konsa. To McGinn. And it's Rashford. Mount. Bruno Fernandes. And Garnacho. Ahmad. Out to the right. Very nicely done. Cash herring after the ball here. And that was very necessary. Watkins. Now it's Watkins. Great ball if he can get there. Again! Away from immediate danger. Again. Here's Onana. Onana. Rashford is in a really good position out wide. That could spell trouble. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Casemiro, done delicately, cleared away. Now it's Watkins, now it's Bailey, Tielemans, it's gone for a throw-in. It's Casemiro. Shaw. And he's certainly caught him there, it's a free kick. Bailey. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Watkins. That defending is unapologetically persistent, it's almost personal, and it had to be. Casemiro charging forward down that flank, hit into the middle, and he's there to clear it. Clearance is short. Ahmad hits one! And that's caused a worry or two.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
And it's played forward. Garnacho. He's had it taken off him. Mount. And he's gone backward here. Hangs one in. And through to the goalkeeper. Now it's Bailey. Spread out to the left. Rashford going full tilt down the left. Into the box. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Diogo Dalot. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Rashford moved on forwards. Great defending, strong and determined. Bailey. Tielemans. Now it's Watkins. De Ligt did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Martinez. Garnacho. There's the shot! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Garnacho really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Bruno Fernandes plays it short. Great challenge, time to perfection. That's going to go a long way. Garnacho. Shaw.
Footballing width usually identifies with running room, and we've just seen a prime example.
And that has been cleared. Oh, this is a good... He's had a shot! And that's straight down the keeper's throat.
Ireland simply had to do better than that. He blew a great chance for me.
And it's Rashford. Showing good feet. Now it's Rashford. He's going for goal! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. He is just caressing the ball. Can he get away here? Proves too strong. Bruno Fernandes. Played to Casemiro. Ahmad. Garnacho. Out towards the flank. Nice control. Delivers across. Cleared without complication. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. That's Mount. Casemiro. Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Onana. And it's Rashford. Cash. And Torres. Throw it. Rashford goes on a charge down the left. And he whips it in. Onana has that under control. De Ligt. And it's Shaw. Oh, can he get onto this? Casemiro. To Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. Foot in. Manchester United have a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Well, with him already been on a yellow, he should know much better than that.
Garnacho. Tielemans. Madsen. And it's Rashford. Rashford goes on a run down the left wing. And That has been clubbed away. Here's Onana. Oh, important interception. Hoyland. Played out towards the right wing. Oh, lovely bit of skill. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, he knows very well that he is already walking a tightrope.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card.
Well, he's asking for trouble, Peter, and with this urge to nibble away, I think the ref is spelling it out for him now.
Bruno Fernandes! Keeper, he's had a hit! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Hoyland did give it a fair old crack, and he'll be encouraged to step up again.
Cash. Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. He's had it nicked away. Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro is herring after that one. That tackle was certainly sturdy. Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. Garnacho. Aim forwards. Ahmad, challenged just a bit on the firm side. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Onana.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Onana. Manchester United heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. And it's Rashford. Played out wide. It's run loose here. And he's had it nicked away. Well played for Rashford. Lovely bit of skill. Now it's McGinn. That is a... He's got the shot away! He's done very well to get to that.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Tielemans goes short. Oh, that is a nice touch. Out to the left it goes. McGinn. Oh, good spread. Now here's the delivery. And he's heaved it away. Ahmad. 5 minutes till the break. Manchester United leading then, courtesy of a goal scored late in the first half here. 1-0 the score. Mount. That's good play. Not concerned by that.
Oh, it was a first touch to die for, and it set him up beautifully.
Bailey. Bailey. Out to the right. Oh, that's nice. Shaw gets it away. Diogo Dalot. And it's Casemiro. Casemiro. That's a throw. Ahmad. Mount. Looks a foul. Yeah, referee's given it. Fernandes! And it's hoisted clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. McGinn. And Madsen. It's a good run down the right. Cleared away. Højlund. Turns back here, probably the best option. Diogo Dalot. Ahmad. Oh, that's well done, really robust. The referee's awarded a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Oh, Peter, what a lucky boy. A telling off as opposed to a sending off.
Now, who's going to be first to this? No messing about, just bludgeoned away. And it's Shaw. Pinches it off him. Again. Here's Bailey. And Matson. Again. Played out to the left flank. Rashford. Looking tidy in possession here. That's Tielemans. Played out to the right. Casemiro gets rid without sophistication. Played out towards the right wing. Bailey. Now it's Tielemans. Mount. Forwards and with intent. And it's Onana. Here's Bailey. Tielemans. Onana. Hits one! Now, who's going to be first to this? And the shot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And he's there to get it away. To McGinn. And he's now the finish!
Oh, once he made the save, it didn't take the keeper long to start barking at his defence.
Good spot, he's seen the run. Onana. Pau Torres. Cash. And Matson. Now it's Bailey. Played out towards the right wing. Tielemans! It's run loose, who's going to get there?
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning, well played.
And he cuts out the supply. Tielemans. Matson. Tielemans. Hoyland. And Garnacho. Diogo Dalot. Played to Casemiro. Hoyland. Now who's going to be first to this? He'll try to keep this alive. Matson. Here's Bailey. Watkins. Played out to the left flank. Rashford. McGinn. Now it's Watkins. And that is a little undercooked.
Rashford really added the width there thanks to his willingness to make the run.
Garnacho. Ahmad. Hoyland. And Casemiro. Tielemans. Forwards and with intent. And that has left him in a heap. Mount. And it's Shaw. To Bruno Fernandes. Diogo Dalot. Played to Casemiro. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Forward it goes. Spread out to the left. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. De Ligt gets it away. Hoyland. And it's Casemiro. Bailey. Gets to show off his quick feet. Ahmad. That's Mount. Diogo Dalot. That's Mount. Casemiro. Gets his pass away. Great skill, that's nice. He's had it taken off him. Bailey. Watkins. Here's Bailey. Matson. It's Tielemans. Hoyland. Tielemans. That looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Well, he's playing innocent. He has every reason to. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Well, he's asking for trouble, Peter. And with this urge to nibble away, I think the ref is spelling it out for him now.
Good read, needed to be. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Manchester United clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Tielemans. There's Bailey. Pau Torres. That's Tielemans. And it's Rashford. Onana. And here's Rashford. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And he's gone backward here. That's good play. Now it's Rashford. Yeah, he's offering an apology for that. He needed to deliver a better ball. Shaw. That's Mount. Shaw. Pinches it off him. Rashford. Onana. And it's Rashford. Now then, the ball's come loose. To McGinn. Oh, nice touch. Rashford with the cross. Some are shouting for a corner, but the referee says goal kick. Tielemans. Pau Torres. Here's Onana. Rashford. Tielemans. Now it's Bailey. And now the hit! That was superb goalkeeping!
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Casemiro. Bailey. Watkins. Takes on his marker. Backward it goes. McGinn. Now it's Watkins. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Casemiro. Ahmad. And Garnacho. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Cash. Gently done. Rashford. And that's put paid to a promising move. Out towards the flank. And he's had it nicked away. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad to Bruno Fernandes. De Ligt. Ahmad. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement, but at least, eventually, they've made the right call.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. Moved on forwards. So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time. A real chance if he can get through. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Diogo Dalot. Ahmad. And Dalot. Martinez. And De Ligt. Martinez. Shifted upfield. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Shaw is sporting a guilty look after that.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
And it's Rashford. And he skips past his man. Oh, strongly challenged there. And that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. De Ligt. And Dalot. Casemiro. And De Ligt. And Dalot. De Ligt. Well, that is one way to stop him. Ahmad. And De Ligt. And it's played forward. Rashford. Now it's Watkins. Oh, the ball's run loose here. Martinez. Ahmad. Back towards the middle. Rashford. Rashford goes pelting down that left-hand side. Searching ball that into space. A decent hit! A real chance and a real let-off.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Casemiro. Ahmad. Delict. Bruno Fernandes. Delict. Ahmad. Garnacho. Hoyland. It's run loose here. For sure. Oh, sweet feet. Out to the left it goes. And it's Rashford. Begin. Now it's Watkins. Rashford. That is lovely. Tries the header! Oh, just needed a better contact.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
Shaw. That's tiny. Rashford. And it's Rashford. Here's Onana. Looks to clip it forward. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Hit into the middle. That is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Ah, he made it look a bit predictable.
And it's Rashford. Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. To Martinez. 60 minutes played. Shaw. Garnacho. Madsen. Here's Bailey. Bailey. Tielemans. To McGinn. Onana. And here's Rashford. Oh, red. Nice interception. Mount. He's going to be disappointed with that. McGinn. And he's forced to go back. And Torres. Martinez. Turns back here, probably the best option. Forward it goes. Manchester United finding their passes. And it's Casemiro. Showing good feet. Ahmad. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Over to the left. Rashford, now he's off and running. And he's gone searching crossfield. Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Ahmad. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Matson. Bailey. Oh, really good feet. Now it's Bailey. Swung over into the middle.
Been there, done that, unfortunately. You immediately want to have another go. Believe me on that.
Ahmad. Bruno Fernandes. Knocks it out wide. It's a throw-in. Again. Watkins. It's a loose ball. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And he's going direct. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Can he stop it going out? Played into the middle. And he's heaved it away. Bailey. Oh, that's neat. Tielemans. Did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. Bruno Fernandes. And it's Casemiro. Opts for safety. Casemiro. Delict. That's Mount. Shaw. Physical challenge. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Well, the lethargy in their play isn't a great look, and it was very evident on that occasion.
Moved on forwards. McGinn. To Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. To Bruno Fernandes. Martinez. To Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. And Dallo. Martinez. Forwards and with intent. Played out to the right. Shaw made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Aim forwards. Rashford. Here's Onana. And it's Rashford. McGinn. Tielemans. Oh, good ball. There's the shot! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different. Rashford. To McGinn. Onana. Passing is crisp and sharp. Just deflected over the goal line for a corner. The referee's called play back and has booked him for the original offence. And the keeper beats it away. McGinn. Konsa. Cross goes in there. De Ligt tries to clear. Oh, it's come loose. Watkins. Looks for the finish. And that's off target.
Well, the defence are in a good position to get behind the ball and let them just try from range.
Casemiro. Ahmad. Diogo Dalot. To Martinez. Gently done. Played into space out wide. Oh, well played, well played. Aim forwards. Bailey. Lovely bit of skill. Again, out to the left it goes. Rashford. Rashford is the guilty party there. Shaw. Diogo Dalot. Moved on forwards. And it's Casemiro. And that has left him in a heap. Tielemans concedes a free kick for that. Tielemans is being told in no uncertain terms that this will be his final warning.
Yeah, and he's just entered the last chance saloon. One wrong move now, and he's in trouble.
Tielemans. There's Bailey. Matson. Bruno Fernandes. And Dalot. Ahmad. That's Mount. Casemiro. It's a good run down the left-hand side. It's a promising position. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man. Casemiro. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. The referee's awarded a free kick. He knows what's coming. A second yellow, and he's off. Well, the protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. Well, There may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Martinez deals with it effortlessly. Diogo Dalot to Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Shaw. Onana. And here's Rashford. Rashford. That has been knocked clear. McGinn. Can he get away here? And that's aimed into the middle. And here's Rashford. Onana. That has been cut short. Watkins. Ahmad. Garnacho. And it's played forward. Rashford. Manchester United are looking pretty rattled at the moment, Jim.
There's no doubt about that, Peter. It looks like they've had the proverbial carpet swept from underneath them. And it's amazing how much one goal can change things.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to make any prediction on this right now. Oh, such a clever touch. And it's pulled back. Away from immediate danger. It's Rashford. Here's Onana. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. Proves too strong.
Well, it's good stuff. This is better.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. Onana. Rashford. And it's Rashford. Onana. Here's Bailey. He's a sharp little ball here. Now here's the delivery. He's found a way through. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Forwards and with intent. Bruno Fernandes gets across to intercept that. Mount. Pass is coming off in quick succession here.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Shaw. Garnacho. Shaw is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out. Shaw.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Now it's Bailey. That's good play. Hit into the middle. Great lead! So close to drawing level.
Watkins knows only too well how important the chance was. He snatched at it.
Looking for options for movement. No, that's been intercepted. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Bailey. He's tried one! And that could come back to haunt them. Casemiro. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Pau Torres. And it's Rashford. Rashford providing an outlet on that flank. Diogo Dalot. And it's Casemiro. That's the throw. Casemiro. Casemiro. And Dalot. And he's forced to go back. Mount. And it's Casemiro. Good spot, he's seen the run. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Great defending, strong and determined. Opts for safety. Martinez. Here's Shaw. Ahmad. To Bruno Fernandes. Interesting ball. Casemiro. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing. Rashford. Rashford, aimed in towards the centre.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Bailey. Now it's Watkins. Madsen. Onana. Again. It's a good foot in there.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Casemiro in full tilt down the left. Ahmad. Casemiro. Good play on the left-hand side here. Bailey. Oh, no question, that's a foul. And it's Rashford. And he's had a hit!
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Hoyland. Matson. There's Bailey. Bailey. Matson.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Garnacho. Played out to the left flank. Clears it out of harm's way. And it's hoisted clear. Referee's given a throw. McGinn. Spread out to the left. Now it's Rashford. He is just caressing the ball.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
And it's Casemiro. It's a great ball. Rashford. And it's Rashford. Here's Onana. Konsa. Forward it goes. Ahmad. Pinches it off him. Rashford. Turns back here, probably the best option. Here's Onana. Rashford. Rashford crosses. Oh, important interception.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
You can get that clear. And that's been won straight back. Casemiro. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Bruno Fernandes. Mount. Garnacho. Out to the right. Lovely feet. Threads one in. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Rashford looks to get on the end of this. And He's on a charge. And it's Rashford. Oh, sweet feet. McGinn. And that was very necessary.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, and no half measures from here.
Very much into the last knockings. Lallana. Very nicely done. Casemiro fiddles it through. That's tidy. Hoyland's cross. Defending of the desperate variety. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Well, with him already been on a yellow, he should know much better than that.
He's had a hit! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Out to the left it goes. That's a throw. And it's Shaw. Ahmad. To Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. And here's Casemiro. Swung in towards the middle.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
They'll have one final crack at it. Watkins. Rashford.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
McGinn. Showing good feet. Oh no circumventing this opponent.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Ahmad.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
It's Casemiro. Lobbed in behind.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Rashford.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
But it's Rashford. Cash. Rashford might just make this. Mount. To Bruno Fernandes. Ahmad. Ahmad! Split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, nice touch. decent chance! Martinez. Rashford. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.